All right, let's dive right in. Most of us, we tend to see the world in black and white. It's either this or it's that. But what if I told you that the smartest, most strategic minds out there, we're talking top investors, world-class doctors, they see it all in percentages. We're going to break down a mental model that can help you see the world with way more clarity and make some radically better decisions. So take a look at this. This slide really breaks down the two different worlds people live in. Over on the left, you've got that black and white thinking, a world of absolutes. It's where you hear things like, this will definitely happen, or that is a terrible idea. But on the right, that's the world the sharpest thinkers live in. A doctor thinking this way wouldn't just say, you have the flu. No, they'd say something more like, okay, based on your symptoms, there's an 80% probability it's the flu, maybe a 15% chance it's this other thing, and a 5% chance it's something else. It is a completely different game. So thinking about those two mindsets, the world of absolutes versus the world of odds, let's be honest for a second. Which world do you find yourself living in most of the time? I mean, really think about it. It's actually a super important first step to just understanding how your own mind works. So let's put a real definition on what we're talking about here. Probabilistic thinking is, at its core, the practice of seeing the world in percentages and likelihoods, not certainties. And this right here is why it's so incredibly powerful. It's a tool that's literally designed to fight our natural biases and help us make smarter calls, especially when the future is uncertain, which, let's be real, is pretty much all the time. Okay, so how do you actually start? It really boils down to one simple guiding question. Instead of always hunting for a definite, concrete answer, you just start asking yourself, what are the odds? Seriously, that little shift is the core engine of this entire way of thinking. So, how do we actually build this mindset? Because it's not just some vague idea, right? It's a way of operating that's built on 5 very specific, very identifiable traits. Let's deconstruct what really makes these thinkers so effective. First one up is what we call cognitive flexibility. And this is all about how you react when you're hit with new information, especially information that challenges what you already believe to be true. Just think about that for a second. It means you value being correct more than you value being consistent. So instead of digging in your heels to defend an old opinion just to save face, you're actually open and ready to change your mind. It's pretty much the ultimate antidote to being mentally rigid. All right, trait number 2 has a bit of a fancy name, but trust me, it's a total game changer. It's called mastered metacognition. This is where you turn your thinking inward on itself. This is basically the art of thinking about your own thinking. You're not just taking your beliefs at face value, you're actively putting them on trial. By asking, wait a minute, why do I actually believe this? You start to uncover your own hidden assumptions, and you avoid that huge trap of only looking for information that confirms what you already think. Trait number 3 is all about building up your intellectual muscle. It's about willingly stepping into the ring with ideas that are tough, that are challenging, that are complex. I want you to think of this like a workout for your brain. It's so easy to just scroll through simple, agreeable content that makes us feel good. It's way harder to sit with a difficult, nuanced idea that actually makes you a little uncomfortable. But just like at the gym, that discomfort is where all the real growth and strength happens. The 4th trait, this one focuses on that tiny critical moment between something happening and you reacting to it. It is all about impulse control. We all have that knee-jerk emotional reaction, but high impulse control is the ability to create a little pause, a space between that stimulus and your response. And in that tiny gap, you give your logical, rational brain a chance to step in and guide your actions, instead of just letting raw emotion grab the steering wheel. And finally, we have the 5th trait, which honestly ties all the others together into one complete worldview. It's the ability to see the world in shades of gray. And this is really the ultimate outcome. When you combine that cognitive flexibility, the metacognition, and all the other traits, you stop searching for impossible certainties. You naturally start to weigh likelihoods and probabilities, and that leads to far more nuanced and, ultimately, way better judgments. So here's the crucial question. If this way of thinking is so incredibly effective, why doesn't everyone do it? I mean, just how rare is this mindset, really? Well, according to the research, it's only about 2% of people. Only 2% of people naturally operate this way. And that is what makes this mindset not just some useful tool, but a genuine strategic edge. And this is exactly why it matters so much. This isn't just some intellectual exercise.
This is the difference between a gut-feeling investment and a calculated risk. It's what separates a rigid, unwinnable argument from a really productive conversation. When you cultivate this mindset, you're actively reducing your biases, and you're fundamentally equipping yourself to navigate the insane complexities of the modern world. You are literally wiring your brain for strategic success. So I'll just leave you with this thought. Certainty feels safe, doesn't it? It's comfortable. But comfort, well, it rarely leads to growth or any great breakthroughs. The real question is, what amazing possibilities, what opportunities might open up for you when you stop demanding that absolute certainty? And instead, you start asking, what are the odds?